My husband refers to me as Adam instead of my actual name, and it irritates me. Hopefully this is a short one. So in Arab culture, women get called insert firstborn son's name. I hate it so much. I told him call me by my name. I'm not just a FKN mom. He bought me a jewelry with Adam on it. He also bought me personalized home decor with that name on it as well. He's written me letters with that name on it. My name on his contacts just says Adam. I'm getting frustrated. We have another child, and he knows I hate favoritism. Help me seriously. This is grating my nerves, and it continues to make me feel like a broodmare. It's so deeply involved in our culture that me just saying I don't want it makes him think I'm weird. If you're Arab, what do you think? For those wondering, means mother of. I'm Arab. I don't get why it's so hard for him to not use it. Especially getting you stuff with that written. INVR even heard of people doing that. The fact that it bothers you and he goes further is ridiculous. Sounds to me like he's taking an extra mile just to irritate you. Brew, our neighbor, had 5 daughters but insisted they call him Abu Karim for the son he never had. I feel you on this rage, fellow Arab here. You are more than your birthing capabilities and products. The world is more than fucking men, fathers, and sons. Start calling him husband of your name. Fellow Arab woman here, just stop responding to the name and put away anything that has on it. Might take a while, but he will eventually stop. I've learned that Arab men need to be trained like toddlers. You are you, a human being, before being Adam. If explaining that to him doesn't work, you need to find a nickname for your husband that annoys him just as much as Adam annoys you. Also make sure that your family, friends are aware so they refer to you by your first name. I'm not Arab but husband is, so we use Abu sometimes, but it's not an everyday thing. Good luck. I'm Arab and usually X is usually used sparingly and endearingly, but this just sounds weird and almost like he's doing it intentionally, to irritate you. You could start responding to him by saying, Father of Adam. Does he know how angry it makes you? I would make a point to throw away the jewelry and things he gives you with that name rather than your own name on it until he gets it. Sounds like you should grey rock him and only respond when he calls you by your name. Return. Pawn. Throw the gifts away. They clearly aren't for you as they don't have your name on them. Call him son of his mother's name, or father of daughter's name, assuming you have a daughter. In a heavily male-dominated culture, that would probably get under his skin. Point out that this is just as irritating to you. Not Arabic, by the way. Call him Ibn, meaning son of, and his mother's name as long as he calls you Adam. That'll hopefully do the trick. Seeing as he's acting like a child, I would start referring to yourself as his name, but then I can be pretty damn petty. I am a male from the Middle East. I always thought of it as super demeaning to the wife. With that said, marriage dynamics in the Arabic culture is really complex. I encourage you to stand up as other commenters said, but please keep in mind that your husband's reaction might be way over than the actual situation. I hate to say that, but women who live in the Middle East do have a lot to lose in such a battle, unfortunately. I wish you good luck. LMAO, this is hilarious. He's obviously a misogynist asshole, and if people in this thread weren't so afraid of being called racist, they'd tell you to leave him just like they do in every other thread. Leave him. Just don't respond when he calls you that. Don't pick up the phone. Don't listen to it when he calls you. Just ask who the heck is Adam whenever he says it. He will have no choice but to get it eventually. Also, he sounds like a prick. Perhaps this part of his culture is deeply important to him. What has he said when you say it bothers you? I think the only thing that will help is if you have the means and ability to stand on your own 2 feet, so do everything in your power to achieve that. Being dependent means that you're stuck in a way to accept mistreatment. Consider opening up dialogue with him where you ask him why he's trying to irritate you, and definitely get rid of all the decorations and things that is displaying them shows you're comfortable with it. Gift or not, you made it clear you didn't like it and he didn't respect that, so you need to find a louder voice. Also, since sex is always helpful in getting men to learn, consider reminding him that you're more than Adam's mother's there. Ask him as you're getting undressed if all he sees you as is a mother, etc. I'm Arab. And I understand what you mean. He probably says it is an endearment because you're the mother of his children, but I agree with you, it is bad. Try to understand what he means with it. Is it endearment or just a nickname? Does he like being called Abu Adam? He probably hears other guys say it because there is this thing where you don't say your wife's name. Does it bother you because he sees you just as a housewife? Call him something as irritating and insulting. Don't accept anything of that name from him. Don't answer to him when he calls, Adam. Correct him every time with something. I thought we talked this through. Don't use that name. I have a first name and to my knowledge you are an adult, so I expected more from you. But seemed like there's 3 kids in the house. Insult him for him as long as you are safe. He does that as a respect. Yeah, it is a bad habit here. My father hates to be called Abu, redacted. And how stubborn Arabs are when it comes to traditions. My best advice is to just be very blunt if you're independent. But yeah, he says it's CZ. You're just a mom. He could just be proud that you have got yourself a kid and is very proud of it. Just call him Ibn bitch. I'm Arabic and I know the thing from my parents. And other people calling my parents that makes me feel uncomfortable too. No. I told my mom, Alan. She like it, but if you don't like being called like that, he should stop calling you that. In Western culture, and I imagine this may be a thing in Arab culture too, sorry for my ignorance, many women don't like being called Mrs. when they're married, defaulting to Ms. Some may privately judge, but overall that is respected without a second thought. This shouldn't be the big issue that it is. Your husband needs to respect your preferences. If anything, be petty as fuck and call husband of your name. Arab here. Have you told him how much it bothers you or just that you don't like it? If he's still doing it after how much you told him it bothers you, then he's not taking your feelings into consideration and he's being an ass. Arab guy here. Yeah, I don't do that, but YN90 change it up for him by calling him his mom. Dehumanize his manhood, Abbott. This is some Handmaid's Tale shit right here. That seems to me like a gross and sexist tradition that implies that a woman's only identity is her children. Disgusting. My husband tried to call me X a few times after I gave birth. I flipped out once on him when he did and it didn't help, then I just ignored him when he did and he soon learned not to anymore. The only time I respond to X is when we are out and around people. For the rest no one calls me that and they use my name. The only people who do call me X are people who haven't met me yet and don't know my name. I would just put away all the Adam stuff and ignore him when he calls you that until he call you by your name and only then react to him. After a while he will get it. And with after a while I mean a wali. Is he still close with his parents? So is your husband Arab? Or? Reddit can't help you. Only using your voice will help you here. Don't put up with it. Simple as that. This is hilarious. Good luck and try not to get stoned.